Okay.
Good afternoon, folks. How
What's
we
up?
doing?
What's up, people? How you doing?
Welcome back to
Let's
Black
move
and
this
Back.
a little closer. So we got there. We go.
Welcome back
Yeah. How you guys doing?
to Black and Back.
I just kicked my feet up on my desk. It's one of those type of days. It's really nice out,
Beautiful weather
but
today.
it just started getting really windy, like crazy windy. Not even like regular wind. Like we're
Like a
talking.
twister.
Yeah, exactly. Anyway, so
The wind picked up.
how's everything in your lives? I don't know if you guys followed the stock recommendations I made, but I told you about something called Alto. It was at like 243 at the time. Go back and look. You'll see in one of my other shows, and it was at 243. I hope you guys got into it because it went up to 710. There was a few of them that actually
God
did
bless.
really well. That actually did really
Went
really
up to
well,
710.
and they dropped back down. But they're not the stocks that I suggest aren't like Lotto. Okay, they're really solid. Even though they're so cheap, they're solid stocks, and they tend to go up on a slower scale. Every now and then you get lucky with something like Alto, and it is luck. It just had the right formula. That's what interested me in the beginning.
And we need luck.
And now actually it's not. It might not be a bad time to buy it. It's at I think 520 now, but I sold it already and rebought it just to make my profits back, so that now I'm not using my money. I'm actually using the profit from what I made. Anyway, if you want the newest ones, the newest one is URG and ABEV. Okay, that goes along with GEVO.
Nice.
It goes with KULR. I'm not going to go into all the prices. They're all going to steadily go up and down, but for the most part, they're going to go positive, as far as I can see.
Well, isn't that part of life of the stock world that it goes up and down?
It's an elevator. It's an old
Right.
elevator
It's
show.
like a roller coaster, right?
And what does an elevator operator always say to you? I have my ups and downs.
Ups and downs.
Anyway,
It's more like a roller coaster. The stock change goes
so that was
all over the fucking place.
there was like a big protest down by Gracie Mansion
Tuesday night. Yeah, Tuesday night.
On Mondani, and it's amazing. You
He's
voted
pretty
him
much
in.
destroying New York, and he's
Yeah,
only
you
been in
voted
since
him in.
January.
Now I got to tell you, okay,
You might not know it, people, but he is destroying it slowly.
I wasn't really scared. Okay, I'm going to be really honest with you. I got to sit up for this because this is getting a little serious now. Okay, so I wasn't really nervous in any way when he got into office.
No, not like
okay?
some people.
I
People
was
freaked
wow,
out.
my shirt looks horrible. I didn't realize that. Sorry, guys.
We didn't freak out.
Anyway,
We didn't freak out as much.
this is one of those like what are they? They're like cool shirts where I wonder if I have it on backwards. Anyway, I don't know. It's just really uncomfortable. I don't really give a crap. So I wasn't really worried about it at all.
Real quick.
Go
I
ahead.
didn't look this morning. I tell you, I'm mad at it in the last couple of weeks. I had my shirt on backwards for most of the morning before I left. It was backwards.
That's what this feels like. I really should step aside, put on a fresh shirt because I hate this shirt.
If I didn't look in the mirror, go to the bathroom, I'm like, oh shit, my shirt's
Or maybe I'll
backwards.
just take it off and give everybody a thrill.
Ah,
Anyway, okay, so here's the deal, all right? I want to say straight out. I wasn't worried about Mondani, and I'll be honest with you because I'm thinking fly by night. First off, I don't think he's going to make his entire term. I think he's going to end up in jail. It's just my opinion. Just my opinion. And the reason I think that is because I think he's a grifter. And someone on his very close staff that I know, and when I say very close, I mean super close, told me he's a grifter. Okay, so I can only go by what I'm told and what I
in case
see.
You don't know what a grifter is.
He's a thief. He's fake. He's not what he
Right.
appears to be. And he's trying to grift money long term. That's kind of what it's come down to.
He's pretty much
But-
doing it pretty well.
But what scared me,
Right
the part
now.
that scared me, was this same person turned around and said to me, I said, listen, this is exactly the conversation we had. I said, listen, you're one of my favorite people. Okay, in fact, I used to teach this person. And so I'm very, very connected to them on a lot of different levels. So I said, listen, honestly,
Yes, my brother, he knows a lot of people.
yeah, I said, listen, you're one of my favorite people without a doubt. I said, but I got to tell you,
Excuse me.
we have entirely alternate political ideas. So I said, straight out, and I couldn't be more plain than anything. I turned around and said to him, he's a grifter. And his exact words to me were, yeah, I know. And that scared me a little bit.
That's
But the
scary.
next sentence is what horrified me. Okay. The next sentence was, I just needed to get one of us in. And
Think about that now.
that scares me because here's my deal, all right? Like,
Think about that.
I want to use Trump as an example, okay? So for some reason, liberals think that we're a cult because we like Trump, okay? We don't. Listen, I'm not going to say that people don't like Trump because there are people who like Trump and there are people who don't.
Right.
And there are people who don't that still voted for him. And the reason I want to say is it's not about like or dislike.
Yeah, that's true. People seem to forget that. A lot of people that didn't like him still voted for him because of his policy.
Because he can do the job. That's what it's about.
So, yeah.
And I don't really care what you're like as long as your main objective is to better the city. Okay, as mayor, not as president, obviously. Better the country as president.
As mayor.
But as mayor, I don't care if you're Muslim. I don't care if you're Jewish. I don't care if you're Catholic. I don't care if you're black, white, purple, green with purple polka dots. It doesn't matter to me. Just please be able to do the job and do it.
Right.
Okay?
Absolutely.
So in this situation, the person I was talking to made it very clear that that wasn't their agenda. Okay, their agenda was simply to get a mass of a certain type of people in there. And that's and by doing that, he can re-outline the city's policies. And that's not really why you come to this country.
Right.
You come to this country to assimilate to us.
And to make it better.
And when I say us, I mean everybody. And I'm not saying that, again, I want to make this very clear. If you're, let's say you're Jewish, okay, let's go with Jewish and let's take that off, immediately. And you eat kosher. And you come here, and the only issue that we had at one point was meat on Friday or something like that, which I'll tell you a little story about that in the future. But let's say that was our only thing. No one expects the Jewish people to follow our eating code. You follow your eating code. Do whatever you got to do to obey your laws, as long as they don't infringe upon our laws. And our main law is that we all have freedom to do what we want.
Right.
So when you start putting mandates on things that we can and can't do, that's where you're not assimilating with us.
Right.
You're molding us to assimilate to you.
And people, we do have a oath of office.
Yeah.
There's a oath of office, and like my brother just said, you have to take care of everybody in New York City, and he's not.
Well, that's the other thing I have an issue with. Okay, is this dual citizenship crap. If you have first off, there should be no dual citizenship. I always thought, again, I could be wrong, but I always thought when you took the oath for citizenship for the United States, you relinquished all ties with all other countries. Exactly. This was the impression I was under. Maybe I'm wrong. Okay,
no, you're not.
But even if I'm not, let's say I am. But let's just for argument's sake,
say I am. Good one.
So for argument's sake, I'm wrong. Okay, so you don't have to relinquish ties to other thing if you become a citizen. When you become a government worker,
mm-hmm.
where you're making decisions and policies for the country, you can't have dual citizenship because, first off, the oath in there absolutely is for the betterment of the country or city or whatever you're talking about.
Whatever you're talking about, right?
But how do we know that the United States is your favorite? In other words, suppose you have more ties to the other country.
And not for nothing, we know for a fact that this man does not like the United States. So.
Yeah, but even so, it's the whole idea that your ties to the other country could influence your political decisions here. So like you could turn around. Let's just, for example, say Canadian. Okay, so somebody has Canadian and they have USA dual citizenship. Well, if they got into office in Manhattan, let's say, like Mamdani, let's say it wasn't Mamdani, let's say it was like one of those brothers that used to do. They were from SCTV. They used to do the Canadian.
Oh,
you know what I'm talking about? I can't think of the names.
Yeah, like Pulp.
Yeah, but like that. But they were the Canadian ones from They also did some movie about bacon, Canadian bacon, I think it was called.
Yes, anyway, it was. I know you're talking.
Something like that. I have it. It's on the tip of my tongue.
Yeah.
It was Eugene Levy and the guy from Everybody Shrunk the Kid. I Shrunk the Kids. Rick Moranis. Rick Moranis and Eugene Levy used to do it. I think that no, actually, it wasn't Rick Moranis. It was.
No, Dana Carvey.
No, it was the guy. This guy was a heavy set.
Oh, what the hell was his name?
He looked like Zach Galifianakis.
I know he's talking about.
Anyway, regardless, that's neither here nor there. Movie. But anyway, so let's assume that you have both dual citizenship, Canadian and United States. You become mayor of the city. if there's some sort of a situation where Canadians would need more of something, like whatever it is, we need favorability of some type.
Right.
You might be willing to push that because that's
Right.
we don't know.
And you
We-
might not give us more,
Right.
you give them more.
You might, like really, you need to have one positive view, and that's the United States, nothing else. I know
So
it
the
sounds
president-
harsh,
If
but
a president is taking over the country, he or she has an oath to the country.
that you're bringing me to something else now. See, I want to talk a little bit about the Electoral College. When people tell you, when you hear somebody say, we got to do away with the Electoral College, it's usually, I'm doing it in a male voice, but it's usually like a kid or a female that's telling you this. And I don't mean to sound, it's just that's
No, it's true.
that's the liberal view for the most part. You don't have a lot of deep voice guys that are liberals. Anyway, I don't mean, I'm sorry, I'm digging a deeper hole for myself. Anyway,
You speak the truth.
but here's my point, okay,
What's
in a
the
nutshell.
truth?
Here's my point about it. When people tell you about the Electoral College and how we should do away with it, they are dumb. And the reason that they're dumb is they think like children. Okay, they think like children. They're like, well, we'll just take everybody's vote, count it, and then whoever is the popular person wins. Well, that doesn't really work when you factor in that certain states are less populated than other states. So a real quick way to try to explain this to those, if you know somebody who doesn't understand why we have an Electoral College, just play this for them, because this is like as simple as I can make it. But you have people, I wish I knew what the population was, of Alaska, let's say, okay? I'm just going to throw a number up there. Let's say, I'm going to generously say it's 1 million people, which I don't even think it is. I think it's like less than 100,000 or something. I could be wrong. I don't know. But let's say it's 1 million people. And then I don't know the amount of people in California.
Right.
But let's just say it's 8 million people, okay, which is probably low. Okay, it's probably low. I think it might be more than that. Or New York, take anyone where there's 8 million people. You guys know of a place where there's 8 million people. Use that. Anyway, okay, so you got Alaska, 1 million, and you got California, 8 million. They're two entirely different environments, needing entirely different things.
Definitely.
So, like,
California needs more.
right. Well, California needs fire protection. They need, they just need a lot more things.
Earthquake.
Where Alaska needs more energy to keep like things warm, to keep things moving, to that sort of
Right.
stuff.
Alaska very cold.
So it's two entirely different sets of needs. Okay, it's like the difference between what a baby needs and what an adult needs. It's two entirely different things.
Definitely.
Now, if you go by the
Then
popular
then
vote,
we got adults right like babies.
well, no, but wait, if you go by the popular vote, which is just how who votes the most, California would get to make every decision, which would put Alaska in a very bad place because
Right,
their
that's right.
needs would not be met. So the idea of Electoral College is to balance that out so that it's all fair, so that you don't have New York and California deciding what the whole nation does, because that's really what it'll come down to.
Right. You got that fairness.
So that's why you have an Electoral College. And to turn around and say that, like the people who came up with our government didn't understand this, or you understand it better than that. That's where I get the real kick.
Yeah.
You
they
understand government better than they do. You're really not on board of any realm of reality. Let's put it that way. So that's kind of what the deal is with the Electoral College. You can't do a popular vote. It's not. It just doesn't come out fair. It just won't come out fair for every state. You have North states which are cold. You have South states which are hot.
Right.
So whoever,
Like you said, Alaska's cold.
right,
California's warm.
whichever one has the most people, that's whose issues are going to be addressed,
Right.
and the other people are going to be thrown to the
Right.
side. You can't do that. That's not what our nation is made of.
No, that's why we need the electoral votes.
Yeah, and I listen. I got to tell you something. I saw the most disgusting thing the other day.
But these people are freaking insane.
Well, I got check this out, and I'm going to plead to anybody who might see this that if you happen to be a protester or something like that, get the fuck out of the way of the elderly. All right, just get the fuck out of their way, please.
Yeah, really good.
All right.
Really
I
good.
watched two elderly people. One had a walker and the other had a cane. They had to be 70 to 80. I might say late 70s to mid 80s,
Mid-80s,
something like
yeah.
that, trying to cross the street. And four fucking people in their, say, 20s and 30s with masks on, are getting in their way to not let them walk. These people have enough of a hard time just fucking walking. Get the fuck out of their way. I'm not even joking. I'm not generally a violent person. But if I ever see you doing that, I will put my foot so far up your fucking ass, I'll be tying my shoes through your nose.
That's a good one. That's so true.
I'm not even joking
When they take an X-ray of that guy, the boots go me in the ass.
It takes a ton to get me angry. It really does. It takes a ton to get.
But
when I see
California,
people,
right?
I think it was California. I'm not really. I can't be positive. I just saw it. I saw it on the news, and they didn't replay it.
Right.
I was disgusted, man.
Old people got nothing to do with you. Leave them alone.
It's not even that. It's also the idea that
just let them walk.
Like there's a big thing. We have the right to protest. No, you don't. No. Show me one place where it says protesting. You have the right to protest. It doesn't. What it says is you have the right to peaceful assembly. That's what you have. The right to peaceful assembly.
Don't realize that.
And you don't have in a little subsection of that.
Big word, peaceful.
In a subsection, it says you don't have the right to infringe on other people's rights. You know, every time you stop someone, I see I'm getting pissed. Every time you stop somebody or you stop traffic, you're killing people, literally. And you're the same ones who turn around and go, "Oh, Donald Trump wants to kill people." You are killing people. Ambulances can't get through to get people to hospitals.
Right.
Cops can't get through to save lives.
Right.
Fire
department.
You're the biggest fucking hypocritical assholes I've ever seen in my goddamn life. No, and I hope that one day you're the one who needs the ambulance that can't get there.
Right. Right. You're absolutely
right. It's unreal. You have such little consideration for everybody else, but yet you want everybody else to take your fucking opinions and run with it.
Now, you know what
go fuck yourself.
Right. You know what a peaceful assembly is? I did it. And you know how I did it? I did it 2 years ago in my neighborhood because they opened up a shelter for the illegals and they took away an education for the kids. So I went out with my friends.
And
there was a barrier.
There's a place where you're supposed to go and that's where you stand.
There's a barrier. You know, like the police barrier.
There's no problem with this.
Okay. We were over behind the barrier. And guess who was not behind the barrier yelling and screaming in the streets? The one across the street at us.
Yeah, the negative.
So they were, of course, the police were there and they told them, they took them out, they took them behind the din because you're stopping traffic now.
And I apologize for my vulgarity, by the way.
Why are you stopping traffic? I'm like, there's no need to infringe. Now, here's another thing I just found out. When I was going on Tuesdays to Fox News by where those protesters were.
Yeah.
Okay, they're doing construction by Fox News. So guess where they stand now? On the sidewalk, blocking.
Yeah, I mean that's insane. How do you do that? You know, like.
And I said to the cowboy, I said to the guy, I passed by there 1 week, and they weren't protesting there. I passed it. It was past Tuesday, and I saw one of the guys, and he goes, "They stand on the side." I said, "Don't the cops chase them? Like they can't stand there."
But it's not even that. You're being a pest,
right,
to everyone, and then you're asking people to join your cause.
Yes, they got a lady standing there, and she goes up to you literally like this in your face. Take this,
because you're going to want to be just like them,
right?
And if you do, there's something mentally wrong with you. Okay, listen, I got no problem with you not liking something. I got no problem with you expressing that you don't like something, but when you express it to the point that it interferes with somebody else getting somewhere, doing something,
you call me a name,
helping somebody, or anything like that, you're an asshole.
Right.
You're playing some. You're an asshole. All right.
It was called that. It was called a fascist, a racist. What do they call it?
Oh God.
White supremacist. I was a white. I'm a white
Nazi.
I'm a Nazi.
Hitler. And that's. I mean, to be honest with you, that's when I stop arguing when those two words come out, Nazi and Hitler. What they don't realize is they're making words that used to matter not matter anymore.
Right.
Years ago, you got called a racist. Okay. Or a pedophile. Oh my God, pedophile. You got called a racist or a pedophile. And it was like, no, you got to clean this up. No. Today, call me a racist. Call me a pedophile. Because to you, pedophile means I like Trump.
Yeah, yo.
That's all it means.
Yo.
That's all it means.
I was because
you want us to call pedophiles MAPS, minor attracted people. That's why. You don't want to call them pedophiles because we're pedophiles because we like Trump. Trump's a pedophile, though he's never been accused of anything with a kid. But we like Trump, so we're pedophile, or we're pedophile protectors.
Right.
Yeah, what's wrong with you people?
But according to the Democrats, Trump is on the island.
What the hell? You know, I don't know if you've ever heard of this product. It's called smelling salts. Maybe it'll wake you up, man.
Yeah. Yo, these people need a wake-up call, bro.
God, you're as stupid as the fucking day is long.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I'm
No,
really
These
pissed.
people are yeah, because you know what? Like you say, they're getting in people's face. Oh, here's the worst. And I do with my cross. You heard about the 69-year-old veteran in
Yeah, yeah,
California?
yeah, yeah. Which one? Which one is that? The one that do stairs?
No.
Oh,
His home was flags. Like he
oh
took,
yeah, yeah.
and
Sharon. His name's Sharon.
yeah, Kerry Sharon.
Kerry Sharon. Right. Exactly. I could see. That's not fair because his name was Kerry. I remember the Sharon part.
That's
Don't
right.
forget that.
Kerry Sharon,
Kerry Sharon.
69-year-old
Yes.
veteran.
His neighbor.
Outside his house, he has flags and Trump stuff.
Yeah.
His back was turned. He was fixing his leg, and a punk
Neighbor.
liberal
His
piece
neighbor.
of shit
Yeah. Hit him, bro.
pulverized him.
Yeah.
Guy died Sunday. Let's
Yep.
say a prayer for his wife.
And that's okay. Now, do me a favor. Show me a Trump supporter that has done that to
And Obama.
an Obama or Biden or supporter.
Biden.
That's another thing. You see this freaking.
Obama was 8 years. Biden was 4.
I
What
got
the
it. Listen,
conservatives
I
do
don't
in
mean to
12
do this.
years?
I don't mean to do this, but I can't think of any other word that fits her. But this cunt, Jill Biden, I swear to God,
Oh, I can't stand him.
first off, he would have never been president if it wasn't her. She wanted to be
First
the
lady.
first lady. So she forced him into it. That's number one.
Hey, look at the guy.
Now
going to
she's got a
war.
book coming out and she's dragging him through the mud again. She turns around and go, "Weren't you horrified with that debate?" She goes, "Oh, I
Oh, I
wasn't.
thought he had a
I
stroke.
wasn't horrified. I was frightened. I thought he had a stroke."
Right. Oh,
But you, after the friggin' debate, you
Right.
brought him out on stage. You didn't rush him to a hospital for the stroke he was having. You didn't do that. No, you didn't do that. You walked him out on stage and you treated him like a fucking kindergartner. Oh, Joe, you
Yeah,
you
she
answered
took
all the
him away,
questions.
yeah.
It was amazing,
Amazing.
Joe.
Yeah, but meanwhile,
Joe, you were so great. And we know what Trump did. He lied. Oh, come on, man. Come on. Go soak your head, man. Do
No.
something. You're the biggest
but you're right though.
cunt. I'm sorry. I hate using that word, but it's the only one that fits her.
But you're right.
That I've ever seen. She's literally nothing but an attention-starved
You know,
loon.
and she's no doctor.
Okay, loon. No, she's not a doctor. That's what do they call that? Honorary.
Yeah, doctor.
That's honorary. That's bullshit. A doctor. Doctor.
If she was
Yeah.
a doctor, she would
She
know her
couldn't-
husband had dementia.
She
right?
couldn't even tell you to take 2 aspirin, man. She's such a fucking moron.
But remember, nobody noticed that he was
No.
he was sharp as a knife.
Yeah, yeah. It was- when he said literally 4 sentences that made no sense whatsoever. Donald Trump had no idea what he said. The people that don't know didn't know what he said. He didn't know what he said, but that was okay. Then not only that, you think he's having a stroke, you don't rush him to a hospital. You bring him back out on stage. Then 3 weeks later, you take him to a sausage house without having him checked out. Because the truth of the matter is, I'm going to tell you honestly,
That's true.
there's this series of drugs that you take for cancer, okay, that he's been probably taking for the past 6 or 7, maybe 8 years. All right. Before he went into office, they knew he had that cancer.
Mhm.
It doesn't spread that quickly.
No.
Okay, it doesn't.
No,
It's a very slow
you're
spreading
right.
cancer. And they have these hormone drugs that they slow it down. They basically slow it down. But the bad thing is your balance is off, which explains him tripping everywhere. Your mental awareness, acuity,
Where he didn't know where he
is
was.
off. These are all effects of this particular drug. That's an anti-cancer drug. You all bullshitted, okay? You all voted for a man who was sicker than they let you believe he was. Okay, they weren't honest with you. And now you want to turn around and say, well, Trump's not honest. You've been lied to for probably the past 4 decades.
I was just about to
For
say,
probably the past 4
decades.
fucking decades, you've been lied to.
right.
All right?
That's right.
And you can't see it.
You have
No
been
one can
lied
teach
to.
you that at this point. And the saddest part about it is you're so convinced that you weren't, that you think the people who actually have their eyes open are the ones who are being lied to. And listen, let me tell you
No, I
something.
was called delusional.
No, exactly. But let me tell you something.
I was called delusional.
If you're in this club that calls us delusional, calls us, you've never once even taken the time to watch a whole Trump speech. The only thing you've ever seen, and you know I'm right. You
That's
know
right.
it. You've never seen one whole Trump speech. The only way you've seen it is through clips of MSNBC,
Right.
CNN.
How they take
You've
out.
never ever seen
What
an
is-
actual.
What do they do?
They
take out the
edit
word.
it. Yeah,
That's it.
they redacted, edited
Right.
it, whatever. Anyway, you've never seen a real Trump rally, or not rally, a real Trump speech in full, in
Without
just the way it
anybody
is.
doing anything.
Because if you had, you would have a totally different opinion of him. And you won't do it either because inside you know that's true. And you know that if you actually watch it, they would turn around and they were going, "Oh, he dropped in medicine is 400-500%. Doesn't he know there's only 100%?" Yeah, idiot. He's not talking about one particular set of mathematics. He's talking about worldwide prices and how much it's dropped. Okay, there's an explanation to it. If you listen, he then turned around and said, "If you want to talk normal mathematics, it dropped about 70%." Okay. You're just so stupid. Yeah. You're looking for something to get on this guy's case about, right. And you come off looking dumber and dumber every fucking time. Yep. Aren't you tired of it?
At the job, I used to hear these guys, they talk, right? And here's the best part. One guy kept going on. He goes, he's destroying the Constitution of States. And you know what I said? I asked him, I said, "Do you know the Fourth Amendment?" He didn't know it. So I didn't know. How do you know he's destroying the Constitution if you don't even know what the amendment is?
Wait, dude. Have you ever seen Tombstone, the movie?
Yeah, of course.
Okay, so do you remember when the women were driving in the covered wagon? It said suffrage.
Yep.
Some idiot turned around to me the other day and go, "He's trying to bring back suffrage of women." Are you out of your fucking mind? How fucking delusional are you? He's gonna bring something back from the 1800s? Are you insane?
You can't make this shit up, bro. You know what they should bring back from the 1800s? The riflemen.
Yeah, absolutely. I love that show.
We need the riflemen.
But anyway, we won't keep you any longer. That's about a half hour.
No,
we'll
that's
cut
what
it short.
We need the riflemen.
I'm sorry about my rant. I just couldn't help it. I'm just so freaking tired of everything.
You know what,
man.
though? It's coming to a point, like you say, it's violent now. It's not a peaceful assembly. Okay, they're blocking traffic. They're stopping old people from crossing.
Listen. Okay, gotcha. I'm sorry.
Right, they're stopping old people.
Yeah,
from
that's crazy. I mean, they get in my way. Get in my way. Right. See how long that lasts. And I'm not a tough guy. I'm really not. But I'm willing to go down with the ship. All right, I'm willing to go down with the ship. And believe me, the waters are going to get rough. Okay, trust me, the waters aren't going to be smooth.
But you know why? Ever since they started doing this and we're going to work, I'm like, if I can't make it to work because of you people, I'm taking your fucking eyes out.
I got a forehead meant for budding. You know what I mean? I'm not joking. So
you get out of my way, go protest over there, and let me go to work.
Yeah, just stop fucking with people. You know
that's the key. They're fucking with too many.
You want to make your voice heard. I got a problem with that.
Right, go.
But get the fuck out of the way.
Right, go speak.
It's like my grandmother would say: if you're not part of the solution, you're part of the problem.
Okay. Thank you.
Anyway, okay, so listen, guys, really quick. I just want to run something real quick. I really want to get my game going. All right, I really just want to have a game and see how everybody likes it. It's really just to see how much.
It's a fun game.
How much fun it can be. All right.
It could be fun.
So what I'd like to do.
It's a lot of fun.
And really, truly, I thought about going a different way and doing a regular show, like on say Wednesday nights, where I would let one of you guys, play one of us, and if you win, I'll actually put a money prize up. I don't have a lot. I'll give you like $100 or something like that, and I'll Venmo it to you. Or like
33% goes to the show.
Yeah, wasn't it 40%?
Oh yes, 30.
Anyway, I'm sorry. So yeah, I'll put up like $100 of my own money, and you can win it if you can beat one of us. But I just want to get an idea of whether it's worth pursuing it or not. I find it to be an amazingly addictive, fun game, and I think you will too if you try it. So all you need to have,
especially when you're doing it with people, like
right?
You say you got,
but all you need to have right now at home is to have another person,
right?
A board or a piece of paper that you can draw 3 rectangles on. I'll explain the whole thing to you. It's really easy.
Wait, didn't we show the board last time?
Yeah, but it's over there. If you want to grab it, I'll grab it. Hold on, stay here. I'll be right back.
We showed you the board last time.
Oh, my leg.
On the last show, we showed you the board. Wow. But it's a lot of fun, people. It really is. You'll like it.
My legs just got stiff.
And in this day and age, there's nothing wrong with having fun, all right? Because there's people out there, like we just said, they don't know how to have fun.
Whoa.
You know?
Okay. Hang on one second.
They're miserable people.
All right, so this is what the board looks like. Oh, that's a nice picture of it, too. Look at that.
Yeah, it is.
Okay, that's what the board looks like. So if you get a piece of cardboard, that's all this is. And a magic marker, that's what you got to make. The night we do the show, I'll show you how to do it again. But if you could always reference this video, and it'll show you what to do. And it's just got to have it's 3 rectangles. And then the rectangles are connected in the middle. They have dots on each one. and dots in the corners, and they're connected. So middle's connected, corners connected, all the way around the board. You got 24 total spaces on there. So it's 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18, etc. So anyway,
It's a lot
getting
of
back
fun.
to the subject.
We played it one day. It was a lot of fun. I had fun with it. It was just me and him.
Yeah. So
Me and my brother here, we played. It was good.
So the way it works is, you saw the board just now. You need 2 sets of chips, like checkers or something like that.
Of course, I forget. How many people can play 4, right?
Well, no, you can. Well, you're better off with 2, right? With this.
Okay.
But anyway, so you need like dimes and pennies or something like that. You need 9 of each, and all you do is take turns putting 1 of each on board. So like Kerry would put a dime, I'd put a penny somewhere, and you can pick whatever spot you want to put it on.
So sneakily, I got to put a dime, you got to put a penny.
Any of those spots it can go to. So in other words, Kerry could put it here or here, wherever he wants. He can put his piece. Then I get to put mine down and put it wherever I want. Then he goes again. I go. So all of the chips are on the board. So there's 18 chips on the board in different places. That leaves 6 spaces that are safe. You've got to be able to slide your chip to, well, going a little bit ahead. So now I'd ask a question. So I'd say to Kerry, what was Max Baer's name in the Beverly Hillbillies?
Jethro.
Right. Okay. So now he would get to move his own chip. Now, if I had asked him that and he had said it was Granny, which is wrong, then I get to move his chip. So I can move it to where it's best for me. Or if he gets it right, he gets to move it to where it's best for him to put me in a situation.
It's a fun game.
So I hope you're with me so far. And the idea is to trap your opponent's chip so that they can't move to any space. And when that happens,
you got it.
It comes off.
Right. That's it.
And that's it.
Remember you said like you're doing it with humans? Remember you said?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Well, that's different. Yeah, he's right.
That's fun.
Originally, this was done as a TV game show with 18 people. Instead of chips, it was 2 teams of 9, and a huge, 40-foot board with spaces. Yeah, a whole floor. And the idea was you got asked a question, and if you answered it correctly, you could move to whatever space you want. But if you answered it wrong, the other team decided where you moved. So, and the idea
would be better for them.
Right. So the idea was the last person on the board won. And what it was going to be was like the first. So again, you have 18 people on the board, right? I'm sorry, excuse me. So the first 5 would get, say, $500. So the first 5 off the board would automatically just get $500. The next 5 would get 1,000. So that only leaves 8 more people on the board.
Right.
Okay. The next 5 would get 1,500, leaving 3 people on the board. Those last 3 would get 20 grand apiece. So the idea, well, I'm sorry, the last 2 would get 20 grand apiece, and the last one would get a $50,000.
I'm sorry, you were just talking about that.
I told you. Joe's on TV. Joe Biden, scared by Joe's debate performance, thought Joe was having a stroke at debate, but she had no problem bringing him right back out on stage. And she said,
that's what he just said.
The other thing, she turns around, she goes, "I've never seen him like that before or after." You've seen him walking around a lawn looking for a parachutist who was right behind him. You've seen him literally not make sense on television. How many times? You've seen him fall upstairs 3 times in the same stair.
Yeah.
I mean, come on. Don't bullshit.
No, it's not because you're funny. You were just talking about it. I turned my head.
Look at her. She's such a cunt. I hate her so much.
And they got it on the
and
news.
The truth is, I dislike Joe from. Notice what I said there. I didn't say hate. I dislike Joe. Okay, and the reason I dislike Joe is because he's fake. He's a grifter. He's another type of grifter.
Right.
And he's fake. And that makes me dislike him. I dislike, he was a racist. And all this is just forgotten about. He coined the term super predators. He called, the city jungles, jungle playgrounds, or jungle, whatever it is.
Right.
But everything about him was a racist.
Wouldn't let his kids go to a school with the black kids.
Exactly. Everything about him was racist up until the year 2000, let's say. And he slowly started going the other way. But in her case, she was just such a freaking user that honestly, I just I dislike him, but I hate her. Oh God, I hate her
But
so
you know
bad.
what funny is? I remember her saying, because the Epstein shit, she said something like, "Oh, Trump was this, he did
Yeah.
this, he cheated, he did this," but yet Joe was married,
Yep.
cheating with her.
Yep. No.
Right?
He was no. He wasn't.
Wasn't
The
it?
timing is off. No,
Oh,
his wife had already supposedly. Now, I personally, I want to stop there because I agree with him. I'm not gonna lie to you. I think he was cheating with her, but according to timing, the wife was already dead when they met and they got together. I don't believe that. I'll be honest with you. I'm not.
that's why I don't believe
think
that either.
I think there's a lot of tailoring done on that story.
Right.
But regardless, okay. So listen, please, if you can join me with the game, I would really appreciate it.
Oh yeah, definitely.
If you throw into the comments the best day for you, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, I'll try to coordinate it so that I get the most people on a given night. I think we'll have a great time. It won't take you more than 45 minutes. That's setup and everything. All right, playing the game. And if you like it, we'll play more than one. First game, I can't do a prize on because I don't have it set up yet.
Just get used to it.
Yeah,
See how you like
and
it.
you'll be playing at home. You won't be playing against us. And I don't know. I can't take your word for it that you won. Anyway, I'm just kidding. Anyway,
And see how you like it. Let's go.
okay. So listen, we're gonna give you our normal spiel. Somebody said something about the Italian American something or other. They was their
Oh, charity.
charity. Yeah, I can't remember what else.
Oh.
I asked them to get back to me and let me know. Listen, I'll promote any charity you guys want. Put it up there. I'll promote it. But you got to give me two things. Okay? You got to give me the ratio of money that goes to the charity and that goes to the administration of the charity. I won't deal with anything less than, if it's 5% or more going to the administration, don't want it. I won't do it.
Gotta go to the.
Yeah. And the other thing is, it's just got to be, a real, I don't want to say a real charity because that's not really right. But it's got to be something that matters. You know what I mean? I don't want
was
like
just gonna
save
say
the
something
trees.
that's real and matters.
I don't want like save the trees. I don't want like I don't granted we need trees, but there are kids out there that are hurt. I'd rather go that route.
Right.
But
yeah.
I swear to you, I will promote any of the charities as long as they're honest and they're
Legit,
they're
everything, yeah.
the amount of money that they spend is less than 5% on administration. So with that, we have Shriners.
Shriners.
And I'll even throw it in now, the Italian American Society, I think it was.
Tunnel for Towers.
Tunnel for Towers,
St. Jude.
Wounded Warriors, St. Jude.
Okay.
Easter
Seals we have for
Yep.
kids.
Yep. And what was the other one that we said? There's another one that was like the Foundling Home. We could do that. That's another really good
Another
place
one.
that you might want to.
Any charity that's good. That
Just please check and make sure that the money isn't going in the pockets of the wrong people. There's enough of that going on.
If you look at these kids out here, you watch the show, the commercials, whatever. It's very.
I
sad.
swear,
It
I
breaks
wish
my heart.
I wish I had the money to just like literally. Anyway.
Yeah, take it all. I mean, we donate, but I wish I had more.
Well, there's a lot I'd like to do actually. I know it sounds ridiculous, but it's really, there's a lot. If I had money, honestly, I would have like a camp set up for them, where they could come and literally live their dream out
And
for
play,
the time.
right? Have fun.
I would have a dog sanctuary or an animal sanctuary, and I have the property upstate. I could do it. It's just I don't have the physical cash to set up for that.
Right.
But regardless, seriously, I feel so bad for these kids.
But one day we will, and we're gonna do it, me and my brother.
People ask me constantly, like, right now I don't look like it, but I'm usually smiling and I'm usually in a really good mood. And they'll ask me, why are you always so happy? And my question is really simple to them. Do you have a TV? And they'll say, yeah.
Thank
I'll say, did you ever see a St. Jude commercial? And they'll go, huh? And I'll go, these kids have real problems and they're singing. And, my problem might be that, like I lost some money or it's all game.
Right.
I can get it back. You know what I mean?
The sad part, like you just said with the kids, is they could die any day.
Yeah. And
And
they're
you
walking
wake
around
up,
smiling
right.
and,
Any
look at
day.
Alex.
Oh,
And
my-
who's the other kid? That other little cute guy.
Oh, Kevin?
Kevin.
Kevin
I think that's it.
Yeah,
But the one that gets me is this little girl who's repeating what her mother said.
yes.
And her mother's like, you're beautiful. She goes, I'm beautiful. And she goes,
Strong.
I'm
yeah.
strong. And then she goes, and courageous. And when she gets to courageous, man, my eyes kind of just well up, man. I don't pull with tears like I'm some sort of lunatic.
No,
But it hits my heart,
no.
something hard, man.
Because
That
these
kid is
kids-
so cute.
Right. Thank you. The
And
little girl, she has that little
Yeah,
ribbon.
yeah. And she's like, I'm courageous. And it's just
And these kids are going
unbelievable.
chemotherapy. They're going through all kinds of stuff.
And they're
yet
happy.
They wake up.
And you got
smiling.
the fucking nerve to be upset about anything. Get out of your fucking minds. Anyway,
Like the liberals out there.
yeah, I mean, what do you think? Trump is the worst thing that ever happened. Go live in their shoes and tell me what the worst thing that ever happened is. Don't fucking give me bullshit.
Yeah, really. Same with the Shriners. Those kids were born with no arm, no leg, or half an arm.
Or no spine.
Thank you.
The kid, what about the kid with the halo?
Yes.
I mean, come on. And this kid is like,
and they're waking up smiling every day.
my
And you know the sad
God.
part is, and people that donate to like I saw with the Shriners, kid was born with no limb, and now he can ride a bike.
Oh, that girl, she actually reminds me of my daughter.
Now he
The
can
one
ride
that
a
goes,
bike. Yeah.
I can walk again. And I'm not, listen, believe me, I'm imitating. I really am. But from a perspective of love, I swear, I think she's the most adorable person.
Mm-hmm.
She's sitting on a round chair in the middle of a stage. And she goes, because of people like you, I can walk again. And she reminds me so much of my daughter. It's not even funny. She just, it's like, it's a mind-blowing thing.
Yeah.
And
they got a boy, and he loves basketball.
Right? Yeah.
So now he can shoot basketball. And he's happy as can be.
And you people got the nerve to be upset about anything?
Right.
Anything.
The most thing they really, like you said, they're all upset because Trump's president.
Maybe there's too much salt on your steak tonight. Maybe they put a little too much sugar in your coffee.
Yeah, lighten up on the caffeine.
Maybe
So I'll go along to decaf, man. Let's go with decaf.
Maybe your socks are a little too fluffy.
It might be too tight. Your underwear might be
oh
too
my
tight.
God, you're
Right? Who the hell knows?
My God, you're like the princess in a fucking
But
pig.
when you got those kids out there, I had people, because I'm a very friendly person. I say good morning to people when I'm working or whatever. I had a person stop me and go, why do you say good morning?
Yeah.
Excuse me? I went, did you wake up? He goes, yeah.
Then it's a good morning.
End of story. And he still got mad at me.
All right, so listen, we're at like 42 minutes now.
God bless people.
Guys, have a great night and enjoy your weekends.
Yes, enjoy your weekend.
And we'll
Be safe.
Listen, I don't mean to say this, and we really want to do a lot more of this. We just don't have the time, and now I'm going to be straight with you. I lost like half of my income, so I'm kind of screwed money wise. So I've been trying to make that up. That's kind of where this game I'm trying to like
got a
bitch
better
at you
one
also.
for you. Anybody needs a roommate, I'm homeless.
That was good.
I can be home.
Yeah. If you got bunk beds, it'll work really well.
I'm on top.
He's got the top. He called it, man. You can't argue. He called it. It's all his now. Now he's got the top.
But seriously, we've been struggling for so long. We're always smiling.
Yeah.
Always, because this, like my brother just said, it's worse. Listen, it ain't easy. Because believe me, I feel like I'm strangling someone sometimes.
There's two reasons. Okay. There's two reasons. Okay. So one is, my grandmother would say, shit's gonna happen.
God bless my grandmother.
Whether you're angry or happy, doesn't affect it. It's still there. So why be angry? All you're doing is making it that much worse. That was number one.
Right.
That always
you make your insides worse.
Yeah, you can't find a solution when you're in that type of frame of mind. Whereas if you just kind of like roll with it, the solution comes. The other thing is
Steve Wynn would say,
the other thing. Wait! I love this. The other thing my grandmother told me was smile. Now, when I was younger, I was like kind of a hard ass. I didn't smile the way I am now, but I was kind of a hard ass. And she turns around to me, she goes, you should smile. And I go, why should I smile, man? And she goes, two reasons. One is because people who love you like me are so happy that you're happy. And I went, yeah. And she goes, and the second reason is the people who don't like you are that much more upset that you're happy. that sealed it for me. I was like, yeah, you're right.
As I said, grandmother is so right, because let me tell you something. I'm 64 and I've seen it out there. If you're happy and people are miserable, they try to make you miserable.
Oh yeah, they want to affect you.
They don't want to see you happy.
Yeah, they want to affect you.
You're right.
Yeah, they'll go out of their way to make you unhappy. Anyway, all right, so
we deal with that every fucking day.
Okay, so let's tell them we're out of here.
People, we're out of here.
Have a great evening, guys. Enjoy your weekend.
Be safe. Enjoy the weather.
With that, we're going to say, que sera, sera. Au revoir.
Take care, folks.